Hello and welcome to another episode of Straight Up by edX Live with me, Siddhi Jojare. Here we present you our daily news bulletin from the education sector. The ongoing buzz of Premier J School, the Indian Institute of Journalism and New Media near Bengaluru, closing down has raised several questions revolving around the field of journalism and students who are pursuing it. Several journalism graduates in India have been weaning away from a career in journalism for several reasons. This sentiment seemed to have reached a fever pitch when IIJNM announced that it would be closing down as there have been low enrollments this year. IIJNM offered 11 months of undergraduate and postgraduate diplomas in three mediums: print, broadcast, and multimedia journalism. Such startling developments beg the question: why are students actively choosing not to pursue careers in journalism? Why does this profession, once considered glorious and noble, have lesser takers today? Professor Devadas Rajaram, former senior faculty at the Asian College of Journalism, Chennai, who currently teaches at Alliance University, Bengaluru, mentions an anecdote wherein one of his students was offered a salary of around Rs 19,000 at a reputed media organization in Delhi for the position of a news sub-editor. He further said, and I quote, "Low job opportunities and low pay packages are the main reason behind such trends." End quote. Now, let us hear it straight from Professor Rajaram on what more he has to say.
Primarily, the blame lies with the profession because it's been much maligned and much discredited by politicians of all sorts and by journalists themselves. Because the values and the rigor that should go into journalism, the old idea of holding the powerful to account and being the voice of the voiceless, they're gone. And we actually, partly the blame lies with journalists themselves, who are not actually doing the profession, or not trying to do the profession as they should. And most of them have become tools in the hands of politicians and other Western interests. There are a couple of things I would suggest we should do about this. One is we should actually revamp our the whole the modules, the curriculum of journalism schools, and we should reflect the reality of the modern age. For example, in a lot of J schools, I've been interacting with a lot of J schools in the country, and most of them they actually still stick with the old school practice of just the old school journalism, which is relevant only for the print era. So that has changed. With the advent of social media and particularly artificial intelligence, the whole idea of it's actually it's time we turn journalism, the whole idea of journalism education around. And it should reflect what the audience need. Journalism is actually, in fact, just one tool under the the umbrella of mass comm. So we should include more exciting modules which reflect the reality of how the content is being consumed that reflect the content consumption in this country. There should be more collaborations with publishing houses, and publishing houses should work. The journalism school should work in collaboration with publishers by just maybe interning, just providing internships and providing house collaboration, more engaging publishers, engaging more students in their work, and which should be part of the curriculum itself. We should take responsibility for the state of affairs in the country as journalists, and J schools also should take responsibility for not innovating enough to make the career, to make the curriculum more exciting for students, and not being able to reflect the reality of the marketplace.
Speaking around the same lines, Dr. Sanjay Ranade, former head of mass communications and journalism at Mumbai University, expressed his views. Let us hear it from him.
Journalism is a process that is part of an information system. And this information system is integrated into a social, political, economic, commercial environment. Therefore, journalism affects all of these, and these affect journalism. Now, when students come to journalism, when they want to learn journalism as a career, which means that they are going to treat information system and their role in the information system as a commercial aspect. They want to make it into a livelihood. Now, that kind of a situation creates the problems that we are beginning to see. Because journalism is multifaceted and there are several layers. I could be a reporter, I could be a sub-editor, I could be a videographer, I could be an editor, I could just be a circulation manager. All of these today are considered as journalism processes. And for an individual to find his or her place in this process takes anywhere between 6 to 7 to 8 years at times. In 3 years, 6 semesters or 4 semesters, that a student will be taught this entire process of journalism and find their place in it, and then give the livelihood. That is always going to be a tough proposition, regardless of how much we try to simulate the real journalistic environment into the classrooms. So when you find that these classes or these courses are shutting down, it is because these courses often try to match up with what is happening in the real world. For instance, cameras are upgrading, or lights are upgrading, or systems, technology is upgrading. No institution can match up with this kind of thing because the classes will run for 4 hours or 6 hours. The second problem which these institutions and the students face is that the tool to do journalism today is in the hands of individuals. It is no longer necessary for you to be part of an institution to do journalism. Right? You just need a mobile phone, you need a laptop, and you can become a journalist. You can start doing that process of journalism. How good you will do it is another question, or whether it will be moral or ethical, etc. As a result of that, journalism, to use that word in a very loose sense, has been democratized. Any individual on earth can do journalism. You don't need a journalist working with an institution to do journalism. Therefore, one of the challenges before contemporary journalism is to find its relevance, the relevance of that process, in a completely different information system from which it began in the 1800s. So the system that we are operating in, the information system that we are operating, is very different from what it was even 20 years ago. As a result of which you see the stress between students' ambitions, the financial systems, the economic political systems, the established institutions providing this particular service to society, and the educational institutions which are trying to bridge them.
That's all we have for you today. For more such education related news, stay tuned to edX Live. We will see you again tomorrow. Till then, stay hydrated and stay safe.